What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. And tonight I will be talking about The Chi Season 2, Episode 7. This is the recap. In the comment section, leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Let me know what you thought about tonight's episode, and if I miss anything, let me know. So we're just gonna focus on the key points of this episode. Now, overall, it was a very solid episode. We got a lot of new information about a lot of different characters. Now, we begin the episode with a flashback. We see the guy, it's a homicide, and we learn that Detective Cruz's partner made a huge mistake by shooting an unarmed black male, something that we see every day in our culture. This is something that we see, and it's a shame. They decided to touch up on it in his past, and it shows why Detective Cruz acts the way he acts. Now, his partner, he got some mental problems because he clearly thinks that this dude was reaching for something. He panicked and he shot him. So apparently something ain't right, and you know what I'm saying, with dude, straight up. That's just my opinion. And then they flash back, and then we see that the lady that we saw in episode 1 that was selling or trying to sell Grandma Ethel those homes or whatever, trying to get her to move with that stipend and everything like that, with the insurance and the, trying to get her to move, is shot right in the head. Lets me know, in my opinion, I think Duda probably said, you know what, we got to take her out. She probably didn't agree with something. She probably became a risk, and that's why she's dead. This is an execution, and trust me, they know the person that did this was trying to set an example. They wasn't playing around, and it's connected to Detective Toussaint's investigation, and Detective Cruz knows this. So he knows this is very serious. This is something that he's going to have to take back to her. It's just sad, man, to see this stuff happen, all these dead bodies and stuff like that. Hopefully they can crack this case. Now, we get to Jerrica and Brandon. They're back this episode, and Brandon is pretty much telling Jerrica, like, look, I took the investment from Otis Perry, which we know him as Duda. Now, in the past, she had issues with it, but apparently she's cool with it. As long as, if Otis Perry is believing in Brandon, she has no problems with it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, okay, it is what it is. Brandon is starting to feel more comfortable working with Otis Perry. That's going to be a huge mistake. And I'm just like, y'all, what are the details of this investment? We heard nothing. Duda has told him nothing about the investment. Brandon is making a huge mistake. He doesn't even know what he's getting himself into. And then we get Detective Cruz, Detective Toussaint. He tells her about the homicide that is connected to the girl and the home ownership and all this little real estate company and everything like that. So they're going to be working together. They're going to be partners in this case. And the two are starting to come together, man. They're starting to come together, settle their differences. Hopefully they can get something cracking. And then we see, once again, throughout the whole episode, we see these flashbacks. This dude, Detective Cruz's partner, is just a joke, man. He's just a joke. He's trying to save his butt because he made a mistake. He's trying to tell Detective Cruz to lie for him. Now, in the comic section, what would you guys do? If you was in the position of Detective Cruz, if this happened to you on your job, what would you do? Would you lie for your partner, or would you do your job, and which is the right thing? That's what police officers are supposed to do. But hey, what would you guys do? Like I said, this is an example of a dirty cop. He made a mistake. He needs to take ownership of his mistakes, but he wants to make Detective Cruz feel bad for wanting to do the right thing. And I think that's totally messed up for him to even do that in the first place. We get to Jerrica, and it's sad because she's getting all these letters from these low income people. They ain't got nowhere to stay. Put it like that. They have nowhere to stay. They need places to stay. And Jerrica, she can't really do nothing because the whole property is booked up. Of course, Mrs. Brown ain't letting them people live there. And the properties that's near, they're doing the same thing. So it's very sad that these low income people can't get housing. So Jerrica, she's trying to figure out and trying to think of a way to try to help them, to help these people writing these letters, because these stories are very sad. This is something that you see in urban communities every single day. We get to your boy Emmett and Kevin. And I know you guys probably, some of you guys seen this scene early. They put it up on YouTube. They put it out early for us. This scene about Kevin and Emmett becoming aware of Keisha. Um, I'm glad that Emmett told him the truth, that that Beamer was not his, that Keisha is seeing somebody else. You know what I'm saying? She's seeing somebody else. This makes Emmett more eager to find out exactly who this person is. And you already know he gonna do his own little investigation because he noticed Keisha has been acting a lot different recently. So he knows something is up and he wants to find out exactly what it is. Then we get Detective Cruz, and apparently he's been thrown off the Ronnie case because it violated protocol. You know, Ronnie was drunk when he did the confession. You know what I'm saying? So they threw him off the case. He's dropped. He's no longer working on it, which pisses him off. Apparently he's going to have some type of office desk until everything is settled down. But Detective Cruz, this he's living through it. This whole episode is about his past, his decisions he's made in his past, and why he acts the way he acts now. But he feels horrible because he's like, Ronnie confessed, but if he's drunk, doesn't really hold weight in court. Now everything seemed like it was going good with Jerica Brandon. Her parents was actually giving him his props, actually saying that she can help him. They're willing to work things out, and they're actually wanted to give Jerica their business. They want to retire. They want Jerica to run things, which was cool. Now Jerica, she says that's cool, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to help the low income people. Her father told her they already did that by 11%, and they can't do it. Now Jerica wants them to give more to the lower income people. It doesn't seem like that's her parents' agenda. They don't want that to happen, and that caused conflict. So Jerica's just like, man, I can't win for nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? I cannot win. She's starting to hate everything that she does. And Brandon is like, yeah, they ain't about to, make other people move out. They ain't about to help these people. And he told the truth because they not. They just like Mrs. Brown. They ain't trying to help no lower income housing people. It's just simple. Now we get to your boy Ronnie and Jada. A lot of people don't like Ronnie. I be reading the comments. They don't like him at all. But we already knew this storyline was going to happen. We seen this coming since season 1. He finally gets a little date with Jada. They kick it, whatever. They talk about stuff. And then he gets the little kiss. They hooking up, y'all, at the end of the day. They talking or whatever. Now, my question to y'all, how do you see this playing out with Ronnie and Jada? Now, she has to watch herself because now she has to tell her son Emmett about this, and then the whole community is going to wonder why in the hell is she messing around with a guy that killed a kid in season 1. So they're going to be very upset about her choice, and everybody will be upset. So like I said, what do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comment section how you see this storyline playing out. I see your girl Jada going through it, dealing with rusty ass Ronnie. It's going to be hard. Then we get to your boy Brandon. He gets a deposit in his bank account, and your boy Duda done dropped $50K in that account. He can't believe it. He can't believe that he got all this money all of a sudden. Of course, Emmett is telling him not to keep the money. We can use that money, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy your blessings. And Brandon is just like, nah, let me check because I don't know what's going on. Like I was telling you guys earlier, Brandon doesn't even know the terms of this investment. How do you make an agreement with somebody, with an investor, and you don't even know the terms and conditions? You know what I'm saying? What did you sign off to? You know nothing. You have to do your background research, something that Brandon did not do. Now, Detective Toussaint, she's happy. You know what I'm saying? She's happy that she's going to be, or she was happy that she was going to work with Detective Cruz, but she has some news for him, and she tells him she thinks Brandon is connected with the 63rd Street mobsters. You know what I'm saying? Now, your boy Detective Cruz is just like, look, Brandon ain't no street thug. He ain't working with these guys. Just because he's selling food with them and they seem cool doesn't mean he's a part of this whole home invasion thing and stuff like that. Detective Toussaint says, trust me, I think he is. She's going to dig in a little bit more on it. Detective Toussaint is not playing around at all. She's going to be on Brandon's tail. Brendan, he has choices, man, but it doesn't seem like he wants to make the right ones, man. He seems like he wants to do certain things that's going to get him into trouble. But like I told you guys earlier, and like y'all been saying, he needs to know what he's getting into and the people that he's working with. Now, this is one of the sad parts of the episode. Now, Jerica, you made a mistake. You don't bring somebody that's struggling like this into your office, into this place, not your office, but a public place, and pretty much just deny her of housing. And she, she gave her some information to some other places, but this lady was happy to see her. She thought everything was going to go through. She got the letters, and Jerica pretty much told her she can't, do nothing for her, but give her some more information with some other people that can maybe help her. And this lady was like, look, you could have called me. You could have told me over the phone instead of having me come down here to get off work to come here. You know what I'm saying? You are pretty much, you denying me. Why did you do all this? Jerica is, she's very sad. She just like, man, she really starts to think about it. And she hates it. She hates what she's doing. She really wants to help these people. I understand. But yeah, man, she made that mistake by bringing the lady there. I think Jerica, at the end of the day, she really wanted to help the lady, and she didn't think the lady would respond that way. But that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Hopefully things go well. But based on the episode, it gets worse. It gets worse. Now, your boy brings Brandon this truck, $75,000, brand new 2019, the best food truck he can get. Duda is cashing out. He's cashing out. And also, I've been reading the comments. People have been saying this guy right here worked for Q in season 1. I mean, that's no big surprise seeing that they all connected with each other. Now, after all this is going down, he drops the truck off and everything like that. You see your girl, Detective Toussaint. She's watching, she's plotting, she's planning, she's taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get any type of evidence she can on Brandon because she wants to catch something. She wants to catch that fish, and eventually that fish is going to get on that hook. Detective Toussaint don't be playing around, man. She takes this personal, and later on in the episode, we find out why she takes stuff like this so personal and why she doesn't mess around with these guys, man. But she is very consistent and she doesn't play around. Then, as I was telling you guys earlier, your girl Jericho, she hates her job. She tells Brandon she hates it. You know what I'm saying? She's tired of, dealing with Mrs. Brown, her parents. She wants to help people, but she can't really do it because of her position. She doesn't really know what she wants to do. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. But your boy Brandon, trying to do the right thing, does the wrong thing by telling Jerica she should quit her job. This is something that you don't do. We have to find out another way, another route to do that. Jerica is bringing a lot of money in. You are inconsistent when you bring money in, and you talking about you got us, you got her. I know he wanted to say the right thing at the right time, but that was the wrong thing to say. Brandon, don't do that. You're going to pay for what you're going to say in this scene. Then we get Detective Cruz, Detective Toussaint. She's telling him, look, your boy Brandon is a part of this. You know what I'm saying? I got these pictures. I really do think he's connected somehow, some way. But, of course, Detective Cruz doesn't believe it because he knows Brandon. Remember, Detective Cruz knows Brandon because he knows about Coogie. Because, remember, he's the one that gave Ronnie Coogie. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. He told him about the kid that was standing over the body. So, Detective Cruz has, this agenda to always look out for Brandon. He feels like he owes Brandon something. And at the end of the day, he doesn't feel like Brandon is a part of this. He says, I'm just going to call him. Now, Detective Toussaint got pissed off. She said, you're going to throw away my whole operation by letting this guy know what I'm doing, and walked off. She was very pissed off. We get the little flashback. We see Detective Cruz is getting death threats. They put the bullet on this little note. And hey, we know how racist these people is at the end of the day. They're going to make Detective Cruz feel very bad about what he's doing. He's trying to do the right thing. He was going to do the right thing. He's supposed to, as an officer of the law, to do the right thing. But as I said earlier, if you was in his shoes, what would you have did? You know what I'm saying? I guess when you sign over to a police force, your family, you know what I'm saying? You got to stay connected. So it's like, when you dealing with dirty ass cops, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you got a guy like this who's fearful for his life, what would you guys have did? We get to your boy Emmett. He finds out who this guy really is. He follows and sees this black Beamer at the school. He sees it, and it's, your boy, that track coach. He finds out that this is a track coach and that he is older. Now he knows the truth. He knows Keisha is messing around with an older dude. And you best believe in this next episode, he's going to confront her about her decisions. And the track coach is being very disrespectful to your boy Emmett. Emmett feels salty. You know what I'm saying? He feels salty like, okay, she messing around with this dude. But Emmett could exploit him easily if he wanted to. I can't wait to see the next episode. Y'all let me know how y'all see this playing out in the next episode, in that storyline. We get to your boy Brandon. He's back. He said, you know what? Let me go talk to Douda and let him know, you know what I'm saying, make sure this money ain't just given to me on accident. Douda said, look, dude, no. Scared money don't make money. I gave you this money because I believe in you. You ain't believing in yourself, man. You need to think about this investment. Let me know very soon. Your boy Brandon don't know what he want to do. One moment he want to trust Douda, the next he doesn't. Who knows what he really wants to do? He goes and he sees Greavy. He talks about his investment. He tells him, yes, Otis Perry is my investor. Your boy Greavy was in the streets back in the day. He knows about Douda, and that's what he called him. He said, Douda, he's crazy. He tells Brandon once again, he says, your girl Jericho was right. You don't need to be doing business with him. He's dirty, you know what I'm saying? And he an OG, and he will hurt you and screw you over. Brandon is aware of this now. He lets Brandon know of his past. Now Brandon doesn't have an excuse about his decisions, right? We gonna see about that. Now we get Ronnie. He gets this rusty ass car to start up. You know what I'm saying? Working on this car. And then he goes and dances with Grandma Ethel. They've been having issues the whole episode. Grandma Ethel is old school. She doesn't really want to talk about problems that's going on in the household. Ronnie just wants to know why the hell she didn't tell him about why he wasn't allowed around his father. Let him know, you know what I'm saying? Stop ducking and dodging with the question, you know what I'm saying? Let him know the answers. But that's just me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And then Detective Cruz decides to do what he thinks is best because he's fearful of his life. He doesn't want to let his boys down. And he says that the guy that got shot lunged at his partner, and his partner saved their lives. It's just messed up, man, because this is what happens every single day. Detective Cruz believes he did the wrong thing back in the day. That's hunting him right now. That's why they're showing the backstory. That's hunting him right now. He feels like he messed up when he gave Coogie to Ronnie. He wants to help Brandon at the end of the day. He doesn't want him to get caught up. So guess what he does? He calls, leaves a voicemail, tells Brandon to hit him up. Detective Cruz feels like he owes Brandon one because if he never let Ronnie know about Coogie could be here still. So remember that. And that's what Ronnie threatened him with. Remember, when Ronnie got out of jail, Ronnie was in that hallway and he told him, you the one that told me about Coogie standing over my son. So that's the reason why Detective Cruz is doing what he's doing, because he feels like he owes somebody and he knows he messed up. Now we get to Detective Toussaint. Come to find out, she has a son that's locked up. She killed this supposed to be leader of this gang or whoever in the streets, and it's causing problems for him in the inside. Now apparently I believe she did this to protect him or whatever, and now everybody on the inside is coming at him. Now the only thing he got is commissary, so he's telling her to make sure she put money on his books because he needs that to survive. We understand why Detective Toussaint is taking this so serious, because her son is locked up over guys just like Douda and Reg and all them. And she doesn't want to see the streets be invaded by those guys. Let me know what you think about that storyline as well. Then your girl Jericho decides out of nowhere, to take Brandon's advice and quit. Remember earlier on in the episode, she said, nah, she got to handle this her own. She ain't going to quit or whatever. She got to decide herself. She didn't really say she wasn't going to quit, but she said she has to handle it her own. Now, Brandon says, you know what? That's cool. I got you. I got us. So he feels like he got it. He feels like he's going to do what he got to do to take care of the family. And then he looks at the ring And he's going to cash out. He's going to cash out and get this ring. And based on his actions, he's going to accept Otis Perry's offer, which we really don't know what it is, but we seeing all this money coming in. And Brandon is like, okay, I might as well get the ring. It's time to start getting this money. So after Jericho told him how shady Otis Perry was, after Greavy has told him how shady Otis Perry was, and Greavy grew up with him, Brandon decides to say, you know what? I got to step up like a man and throw down. I got to do what I got to do to take care of me and my girl. So he's going to suffer those consequences in this very next episode. You're going to see those consequences because it's going to get very rough for your boy Brandon. Like I told you guys, he made a bad mistake, and the bad mistake was not doing research on Otis Perry. And for two, which really is very stupid, what in the hell are the terms? Why didn't you tell him or ask him at that first meeting, what do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? What do I have to do? What is the percentage? You know what I'm saying? What do I owe you? You know what I'm saying? Didn't ask nothing. Just, shook his hand and walked off. He's getting all this money. He doesn't really know what he's going to do, but as of right now, based on his actions, he's agreeing to this whole Otis Perry investment deal based on his actions. You don't look at that ring all of a sudden out of nowhere. You're looking at that ring because you say, you know what, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to propose. I'm going to accept what, Otis Perry's offering me, which at the end of the day, your boy Brandon, he doesn't even know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But as far as the episode, it was a very solid episode. I can't wait for episode 8. You guys let me know in the comment section how you thought this episode was. And if I missed anything, let me know. But leave your theories, comments, everything down below. I will be breaking down some of these storylines this week, so be looking out for them. But I'm going to get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.